Getting warm now. Hi everyone, it's James here from TSR Jivey Talks Tech. Now, earlier on this week, or last week, depending on when this video is out, Paul and I took a look at this bad boy. This is the new Shure Nexadyne 5 dynamic microphone from, yes, you guessed it, Shure. Now, Shure are punting this out as the ultimate guitar amp, guitar speaker cabinet microphone. And I thought, well, there's another use that, let's face it, what was the ultimate guitar speaker cabinet microphone type thing, the SM57, it gets used for more than one thing, more than just guitars. It's the de facto snare drum microphone. So I thought, why not try the Nexadyne 5 on snare drum, on this channel, quite frankly. And here it is. I've got them both set up on my rather beautiful Ludwig 1959 WFL, pre-Black Beauty. This thing's absolutely gorgeous. They're both set up in the sort of place where I'd normally put my snare mic. Normally there's an 8-inch tom in here, so it would all be squished over that way a bit. But I've got rid of that so you can get both mics side by side. 57 and the Nexadyne 5 are both pointing towards the center of the drum. They're dynamic mics, so the gain is fairly well cranked to get us a good solid sound. And I think, well, there's no I think, I know which one I prefer. So in this video, I'm going to give you loads of audio examples in kind of different styles, different drumming settings, if you like, of how these two mics sound on this gorgeous snare drum. And I think at the end, it's pretty obvious the quote unquote winner. Not that we have winners in music, even though we clearly do sometimes. So if you're not a guitar player or an engineer, you probably didn't watch the Studio Rats video on the Nexadyne 5. The highlights, if you like, are it is a supercardioid dynamic microphone, meaning it's mega focused. It doesn't have an awful lot of off-axis spill, as in not much sound gets to it from the sides due to its supercardioid pickup pattern. This is in part thanks to Shure's new Revonic dual engine transducer technology. I think this means basically there's one dynamic transducer pointing at the head and one away from it, and they can cancel it out and use that to focus the pickup pattern, focus the beam if you like. And in this case, it's pointing pretty much dead center of the drum, where you hit it. Now there's a whole nother video on recording snare drum, as in where you put the mic, what mics to use, processing, all that sort of stuff. But you're hearing it absolutely as nature intended, no processing, no nothing. Maybe a bit of reverb, but we'll put that in the mix. And I think the Nexadyne 5 is fantastic. It sounds absolutely great. And we're not getting a lot of bleed from the other instruments around the snare drum. Usually the problem with the 57 is its off-axis sound is so bad. You get a lot of hi-hat. In my case, a lot of toms. And a lot of the other stuff that's going on around the kit. But the Nexadyne 5 doesn't have anything like those problems. It is quite a chunky beast to try and get into this particular kit, certainly with the 8-inch tom in there. But because of its kind of interesting design and the way I could get the stand much, much lower in order to sort of poke its head, if you like, over the drum, I think it would work really well as a snare drum mic. Now, there is a drums-specific Nexadyne mic, but it seemed too obvious a choice not to put an SM57 up against the Nexadyne 5 when the other thing they get used for, 57s that is guitar cabinets. So for more info on the Nexadyne 5, please do click the links below to the Shure website. If you're up for buying one of these things or any of the Nexadyne range, please do click the links down to our sales partner, Thomann. It does help us out just a little bit. If you've liked what you've seen and heard, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell. All the stuff we ask you to do to be kept in the JTT loop. But for now, my name's James Ivey from Jivey Talks Tech, and I'll see you again very soon.